Hi everyone, I'm Elliot and I'm delighted to be joined by Vicky from Captain Cod. Over to you, Vicky.
Hi. Yes, so I own Captain Cod in Christchurch. I've been here for 21 years at the end of this month, which is a long time. I started when I was 13, and then I actually took over the business when I was 19 with my then ex-husband. So yeah, the last 3 years I got divorced, and through the divorce I actually got the business and he got the house. At this time, it wasn't a brilliant plan because having two children and being homeless, trying to run a business is not brilliant. So yeah, it was a little bit of a difficult time, but my friend Leah, she kind of kicked me and said, come on, you've got to do this. So I'm a strong woman and got to it. So I did a refurb last year and I had to find 70,000 to refurb the whole of the shop, because I found out that the range was completely gone. It had been there for about 30 odd years. And this is what my ex-husband failed to tell me when I took over. So it was a bit of a shock to just take over a shop where you don't have passion for, because I tried to leave so many times. I'm a beauty therapist, so I do that mainly. And then having to come back into the shop and give it your all when you don't really want to is quite difficult. But we did it, yeah, it's the best thing I've ever done because of what's happened at the moment. It's just gone absolutely crazy.
What was the response like from your customers when you stayed open?
Oh, they were so happy because around Christchurch it's quite full of a lot of old people and care homes and things like that. So for somebody that's going to definitely self-isolate, to have fish and chips delivered to them is amazing. They were really happy. You get the odd one which were quite rude, but I did a video every week to my customers to make sure that I can keep in contact with them. And some of them came down with flowers and chocolates and wine for me to get through. So yeah, no, they've been brilliant.
And how were you able to stay open safely?
So luckily my shop's quite a long shop. Originally I had my counter crosswise and I had to move my counter, so I've got an extra 10 foot of packing space. Luckily then we had enough room for a few more extra people to come in and help. We don't actually allow customers in the shop at all. I just prefer it that way, it's much easier. We don't take cash, it's just all card. I even got my boyfriend trained up to help me do a bit of the cooking and prepping, because it was just so difficult to try and do by myself. Because originally I did thought me and Leah could run this place by ourselves on our own, because it's not going to be that busy, because nobody's going to have any money and everyone's in lockdown, so it's not going to be busy. Oh, I was wrong. Completely wrong.
You had record sales, didn't you?
Yes, so the third week of the lockdown on the Friday, we did over 2,700 in an hour and a half. We had to close the app off because it was just crazy. And at the end of the night, I ended up just crying. It's just so hard, especially when you're trying to do it by yourself and you just realise, you know, you actually need help, and you have to admit that you need help to run a shop. You can't just do that. So yeah, it was really good that we did a record there.
And you've got your own online ordering platform, and tell us what gave you the inspiration to start doing that.
Yeah, it was actually at the Women's in Fish and Chips thing in Birmingham, and I don't normally go to those kind of things, but you know, women power and all that. So we went up there, and Kelly was doing a talk about she just has to go into everything and you have to give it your all, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So my friend Leah, she was like, right, come on, we've got to do this. And luckily we actually got ourselves set up about 3 weeks before this whole pandemic happened. So we were already online, but we were only soft launching it. So we were just doing 5-6 deliveries a night, a couple of collections. We didn't really advertise it. We were going to advertise it on the 28th of March, which would have been my year's anniversary from the refit. and we were going to do half price fish and chips, but obviously we couldn't do that. And the Tuesday of where lockdown had actually happened, we weren't allowed anyone in the shop. The shop had to be closed. We got rid of our staff. It went bang, just like that. We were just like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. How did everyone find out about that? We've got this app. We haven't even advertised it. And it was just people talking on Facebook. And that's the best place to get any kind of custom at the moment, because everyone's sat at home on their phones, not knowing what to do. So we were really lucky that we got it up and running before this all happened.
Brilliant. Do you do Facebook advertising, or do you just do regular organic posts?
Yeah, we just do our own page, and I do videos every so often so I can keep in contact with my customers. I absolutely miss them because I always give them a hug and that, and it's just a shame not having them around, but that is the only way. And we did have a bit of a nasty post on one of our local sites about someone was saying how bad we were, and obviously it does upset you, but you have to make something good out of something bad. So Leah, she's brilliant on the computer. She did a really nice response telling them how hard it is right now, and within half an hour we got 400 likes, 50 messages plus to say how well we were, and it just went boom. Everybody was like, right, we'll try Captain Cod, right, we'll do this, we'll do that, and it was brilliant. Best thing ever done.
That's brilliant. What's your top piece of advice for other people going through something similar?
I would say look after yourself first, because many of us in this industry, we are very work orientated because you have to work hard in this industry. Please take time for yourself. That is the advice that I would, because even I've broken down, and before all this happened, a friend of mine committed suicide, so I wasn't in the right headspace at all. And then all of a sudden it just goes crazy in here, so you kind of forget about the problems, and then every so often it will creep up. But I've done a group chat for me and my staff to keep in contact with each other every day to make sure that you are okay, even if it's just a bit of a giggle and a laugh. Another bit of advice is to go onto Facebook, and there's quite a few discussion sites on fish and chips, and there's brilliant people with different ideas, because some people have closed, some people have opened, and we're all in the same boat. So you've got to stay together with this and just give each other advice and just be nice to everyone.
Which particular group are you part of? Do you recommend one?
Yeah, so I'm on two of them, and one of them is fish and chips discussion site, and the other one is owners of fish and chips. And there's quite a few people on there that are giving out really good advice, especially one person he's just been amazing. Every time you just need Andrew, he's been amazing. Thank you. The amount of jip that he's probably had to go through, but he's pushing through, and that's what we should do. We just should all stick together, because there's no right or wrong in this industry. You do what's best for you and how you can survive.
Absolutely. And will you be doing anything different in the future?
In the future, yes, everything has completely changed now. So with our deliveries, we've realised that we need to broaden our delivery. So we have made it into the most rural areas, and we have said to them, food might be slightly colder because it is like a half an hour drive sometimes. But they're happy with that because they're actually getting some outside contact with somebody. We've done that. We've actually taken off our delivery charge because we don't think it's fair. People don't really have much money at the moment, and there's elderly people that can't get out. So we've just taken that off. I think the delivery bags, we've got delivery bags, new packaging. I'm actually getting new uniforms because obviously I like pink, I'm a girl. And also I've got a new catering van. So what I want to do eventually is do click and collect from my van, which is on my forecourt, and then have this kitchen just for deliveries, because deliveries is crazy.
Brilliant. Thank you, Vicky. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I just think everyone stay safe and be happy.
Brilliant. Vicky from Captain Cod, thank you very much.
All right, bye.
Bye.